The Social Connections tool is a fabulous online social work practice application developed by the Family Rights Group, Children in Care and Care Leavers. The tool helps facilitate conversations between young people and social workers to understand who's important to them, who they rely on from their own perspective. Social workers can then help to build and sustain these relationships so that those people aren't lost to the child or young person in the long term. The Social Connections tool is offered to every young person as part of Lifelong Links. The Family Rights Group have been working with Leeds since 2019 to help implement this service.
The Social Connections tool asks the young person to identify the most important people in their life.
So one of the first questions were the people that mean the most to me, and I really enjoyed that question because I was able to express that on paper and see all them people that care for me. It was just a long list of people. It kind of made me realise all them people I've got.
We then asked them to identify up to 5 people who are the most important. Some young people may not have 5 people, some may have a long list, it varies. We do one for the over 16s and one for the under 16s. The language is slightly different. It's always done with somebody that the young person feels comfortable with, generally a social worker, or it might be the Lifelong Links co-ordinator. The young person can stop at any time if they're not comfortable, and it's all done totally anonymously.
The Social Connections tool can be really important in helping a social worker to work with a young person around connections and links.
You know, get the young person to think about how is that person helping you and supporting you. Who could they go to if they needed £10, or who could they go to if they had something that was really important and they wanted to talk to someone about it, and, you know, really depending on that person to provide emotional support. So I think it's a good way of looking in that moment who is important to that young person. You know, it's a baseline to start having that conversation, and then from there looking to review it in the future and just see how things have changed.
Social Connections tool identifies strengths in the child's existing network, but also identifies gaps where the child's needs aren't being met by the people that they've got around them at the time. So that gives an opportunity for the child and the family and the carers and the workers to make a plan to help a child to address those needs and provide more support around them.
So, you know, 6 months down the line, we can review with the young person, look back at the previous tool that we did, and, you know, look at what support from either social workers or Lifelong Links has been offered, and has that improved their connections and their support, and is there anything more we could be doing to get that support for the young person?
It will give people a better understanding with who you've got, what you haven't got, what you could potentially have, and that could potentially open doors that you never thought you would open, and things that you might get people who you never thought you'd have in your life.
It can be that you just assume, and it can just be a given, but I think it doesn't take long, and it's really good kind of evidence to show what relationships they've built in the past.
Jackie takes me out, we do lots of fun things.
And just building up that relationship with the young person, it's a good way to then inform your practice moving forward.
Lifelong Links aims to ensure that children and young people have a positive support network around them whilst they're in care, but also into adulthood. We love this approach in Leeds because it's all about relationships, identity and connection.
A young person that I'm working with through the work and support that she's had has been able to be back in touch with a previous primary school teacher. This teacher was very important to her at a difficult point in her life, and the importance of that and the joy that that's brought her has been fantastic to see. The fact that the teacher remembers her and has been able to share some memories with her has been really important.
She's somebody you can talk to, and
Yeah, definitely. So finding out I had a sister was really lovely. It gave me a bit of a comfort, and made me feel like I had someone else in my life, and made me feel like I could support someone else as well. But like people that I never even knew I had in my life, and now I'm be able to contact them with my own decision.
I've seen young people become much more settled within their placement, much more able to concentrate on education and training, and just a more general sense of contentment and well-being.
It was almost like finding this big box of information that I never even knew existed, or some people that I never even knew existed. And that makes me feel happy and makes me feel important to people and makes me feel like I'm supported by different types of people now that I never thought I'd be supported by. It could give people better opportunities in life and better people to support that person and make that person a happier person. A whole new life of family, and like because I didn't know none of my dad's family, so it's kind of opened up a whole new family for me in the sense of that people to like be in contact with and be able to talk to, and for them to support me and for me to support them and just be family.